Ever wondered what happens when Honda decides to take a Civic, chop the roof off, and sprinkle in some 90s flair? Well, meet the Honda CRX Del Sol, the quirky, fun, Targa-topped two-seater that doesn't get talked about as much. It was a bold move, even for Honda, which had a long-standing reputation for producing reliable and affordable compact cars. The Del Sol was Honda's attempt to cater to enthusiasts who wanted something a little more unique and sporty, but still practical. It wasn't just another two-door, it was a car that embodied the spirit of the 90s, a time when automakers were experimenting with all sorts of body styles and technologies. Alright, let's get into why and how this little gem earned a place in many enthusiasts' hearts. The Del Sol, which translates to "of the sun," was Honda's first open-air car sold in the US from 1993 model until 1997, while the global production ended in '98. Based on the popular Honda Civic platform, the Del Sol was unique in that it was a two-seater with a Targa top. Unlike a traditional convertible, the Targa top was a removable panel over the driver and passenger, offering the thrill of open-air driving without the full commitment of a convertible. The Del Sol also had a cool motorized rear window, a feature that was uncommon at the time. Honda managed to combine the sporty, fun-to-drive nature of the Civic with a more exciting body style, and it quickly garnered a dedicated following. The Civic was already one of the most successful and reliable cars on the market, so when Honda decided to adapt it into the Del Sol, they had a solid foundation. But they didn't just stop there, they made sure to deliver something that could stand out. The Del Sol was all about offering a balance of fun, practicality, and performance. In North America, the Del Sol was initially called the Honda Civic Del Sol, but by 1995, Honda decided to drop the Civic part of the name, making it just the Del Sol. The name change made sense in many ways because the Del Sol had a distinct personality that was separate from the typical Civic. And let's be honest, Del Sol just sounds cooler anyway. The Del Sol came in several trims in the US, each offering a different level of performance and features. The base S model came equipped with the 1.5-liter D15 B7, producing 102 horsepower from 1993 to 1995. In '96, the S model received a 1.6-liter engine. Then there was the SI, which was a step up. This model featured the 1.6-liter VTEC D16 Z6, delivering 125 horsepower until 1995. Then in '96, the SI model received the 1.6-liter VTEC D16 Y8. This was the model for people who wanted a bit more punch, a little more of that signature VTEC crossover. But for those looking for real excitement, the top-tier VTEC trim was where it was at. Powered by the 1.6-liter VTEC B16A3, this model pushed out 160 horsepower. Then, in 1996 onward, it featured the B16A2 engine. This trim was a real performer and it gave the car an edge in terms of driving experience. At around 2,500 pounds, the Del Sol was incredibly lightweight. Combine that with a short wheelbase and you have a car that's agile and sharp in its handling. It wasn't the fastest car in its class, but it certainly made up for it in the fun-to-drive factor. And the best part? The Del Sol was the perfect blank canvas for modifications. Whether you were interested in swapping out the engine for a more powerful B-Series or K-Series, or even turbocharging the existing D-Series, there was no shortage of aftermarket options to make the Del Sol your own. But let's get back to the main event. That Targa top, it's the Del Sol's signature feature, and it's what made the car stand out in the first place. While some cars at the time were playing it safe with traditional hardtops and convertibles, Honda went for something more unique. The Targa top could be removed and stowed in the trunk, transforming the Del Sol into an open-air cruiser. The beauty of this design was that you didn't have to worry about storing the roof in your garage or dealing with cumbersome mechanisms to operate it. You could just pop it off and store it away whenever you wanted. For those who wanted to take it a step further, there was the Trans Top. This motorized roof, available in Japan and Europe, could fold away at the push of a button. It wasn't available in the US, but the concept was there. A futuristic, high-tech feature that added an extra layer of cool to the Del Sol. The US market didn't get the Trans Top, but the base manual version was still more than enough for most owners. However, over time, the seals around the Targa top would often wear out, leading to leaks. This was a common issue for Del Sol owners, but it was a small price to pay. Inside, the Del Sol followed the classic Honda formula. The interior was simple, driver-focused, and full of all the things that made Honda's cars of the '90s so beloved. There were two seats, a straightforward dashboard, and controls that were intuitive to use. The steering wheel was positioned perfectly for spirited driving, and the center console kept things simple. Despite its small size, the Del Sol didn't feel cramped. Thanks to the lack of a back seat, there was ample trunk space even when the Targa top was stowed away. This was a car that prioritized the essentials: fun, driving experience, and practicality. As with any Honda, the Del Sol was known for its reliability. The build quality was top-notch, and the parts were incredibly easy to find. Keeping a Del Sol running smoothly was far from expensive, and many owners found that their cars would run for years without any major issues. This made the Del Sol a perfect option for people who wanted a fun car without having to worry about constant maintenance or expensive repairs. Now, let's talk about the pricing. The Del Sol may have been ahead of its time in terms of features, but it was still an affordable option for the average driver. Today, if you're looking to buy one, clean SI models can still be found for under $8,000. While the prices for these cars have slowly been creeping up over the years due to the increasing demand for 90s JDM classics, they remain relatively affordable. If you've been eyeing one of these fun little cars, now might be the best time to get your hands on one before the prices really start to climb. The Del Sol was offered in different markets with different specifications, making it a unique vehicle depending on where you were in the world. In Japan, for instance, the base VXY came with a 1.5-liter D15 VTEC engine producing 130 horsepower, while the top-tier SIR came with a 1.6-liter VTEC engine delivering 170 horsepower. In Europe, the Del Sol was offered with a variety of engines, including the 1.6-liter VTEC found in the SI and ESI models, and finally the 1.6-liter VTEC found in the VTI. Each market had its own variation of the Del Sol, but they all shared the same quirky charm. Honda offered a wide range of colors for the Del Sol, making sure that there was something for everyone. From Captiva Blue Pearl and Samba Green Pearl to Milano Red and Paradise Blue Green Pearl, the color options were bold and vibrant, just like the car itself. It was clear that Honda wasn't afraid to embrace the fun, youthful spirit of the 90s when it came to the design of the Del Sol. Throughout its production run, the Del Sol saw several updates. In 1994, when the VTEC trim was introduced for the North American market and dual airbags became standard across the range starting with the 1994 model year. The following year, Honda added features like ABS for the Tech model, a remote trunk release, and a low fuel warning light. In 1996, the Del Sol received a mid-cycle refresh, which included OBD2 compliance, engine tweaks, and some design updates. However, production and sales of the Del Sol in North America ended with the 1997 model year. So, who's the Del Sol perfect for? Enthusiasts who want a fun, reliable, and mod-friendly car with a solid aftermarket scene. It's lightweight, offers that nostalgic 90s charm, and thanks to its Civic DNA, it's endlessly customizable. The Del Sol is also a great choice for someone who wants an affordable, open-air car that's practical enough to use every day, but still fun enough to put a smile on your face when you hit the gas. To sum it up, the Honda Del Sol is a quirky, affordable classic that offers open-air fun, reliable performance, and plenty of tuning potential. Sure, it might not be the fastest JDM out there, but it's got character, and sometimes that's all you need. If you're looking for a car that's fun, unique, and still relatively affordable, the Honda Del Sol should definitely be on your radar. If you enjoyed this dive into the Honda Del Sol, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more car content. Got a favorite JDM classic or a unique car you want to see featured? Drop it in the comments below. Thanks for watching.